Hey guys, what is up? Josh here. Devils lose 3-2 in overtime, and it was a tough loss, especially because we had the lead so late in the third, but then it turned on us. And to be fair, John Quinville is a very smart man for, taking that out and making the change to go 6-on-4 against us like that. It totally breaks up the penalty kill in a way because you have the sixth guy come flying in. You have no idea what to do with him. Bam, he gets a goal. So, again, the tying goal was not a big deal to me. I don't think it changed the dynamic of the game a lot. It was a very even game. So going to overtime shows how even of a game it was. Towards the end of the second period and early in the third period, it was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They were just going up and down and up and down and up and down. It was like firemen on a ladder, just up and down. So I think, you take away from this game the positives, I think, going forward into Tampa Bay tomorrow night, especially because we're on a 2-game back-to-back schedule like this. Hell, Tampa Bay practiced this afternoon at the Rock right after, the Blackhawks and the Devils had their morning skates. So you have this moment of, there's 3 teams in town and only 2 get to play at a time. Unfortunately, we're going to be the team that gets double shifted. So, we're playing Tampa Bay tomorrow night. Taking the positives away from this game, offense was way better this time. Again, it's even still improving. Defense was okay. I think there's some things to improve on, but overall good defense. And goaltending, once again, is something we're strong at. Keith Kincaid played an amazing game, and I think overall we can take nothing but positives away from his performance. And, tomorrow night, I'm assuming we're going to have Corey Schneider. I don't think we're going to double shift Kincaid, but if we do, it wouldn't bother me. He played a solid game. Now, I think he might be a little bit razzled, but he himself said he's tried to change his mentality so that, when bad things happen, you let him go. So I'm hoping that occurs. Devils, I didn't think had that strong of games. I think overall they had good games. I think Kyle Quincy is, again, he's just a defenseman. And I think that's kind of how we're going to have to take Kyle Quincy. He's just a defenseman. That's what he's going to do. Johanna V2 is like this huge offensive threat. Dave, Green is this, leader on the ice and off the ice. John Moore's an offensive threat as well, obviously because he scored, the second goal for us. But I think, Kyle Quincy's just going to be a defenseman, and I think we have to get used to that for him just being a normal defenseman, not some super dynamic super player of a defenseman. I just said defenseman like 10 times, whatever. But I think overall what you get is positives from this game. We played a strong offensive game against a good team, even if Chicago on a bad year is a good team. We took some bad penalties. I think that should be something we look to change tomorrow night, is to be more disciplined on the ice. But overall, the PK was good again. Our PK has been one of the best in the leagues for the season. And again, Corey Schneider's top 10 in every goalie stat in the league. So hopefully that continues throughout the season for him and for possibly Keith Kincaid. Who knows? But I think he does a minimum amount of starts to make those lists. So obviously Keith Kincaid will have a longer time to make it there. Things you take away from this game: good offense. The front end of the overtime was even good. Taylor Hall and Adam Henrique were all over it. But then, Taylor Hall gets long shifted, and I think you end up, and he's kind of tired, turnover again. And that's another, I guess, a big con for me of this game was the turnovers. We had a few pretty bad turnovers at times that I think could have been avoided in some cases, overtime especially. But it happened, and you move on. We got a point out of the night again, so I'm not super concerned about it. That brings me to beginning my MVP of the game. My MVP of the game is going to be Keith Kincaid. He had good saves against people like Kane and Taves, and he played a strong game overall. It's unfortunate that, in some cases he got let down. In other cases, we just got outplayed. That's how the game goes in a back-and-forth game. But I think Keith Kincaid was the MVP of this game overall. And looking forward to the rest of the season, I'm not going to be upset with him being the backup for Corey Schneider going forward. That brings me to my final point of the video, which is that I posted the questions thread late, and I'm going to apologize now for the fact I didn't get a video out for the 5-3 win earlier this week. School intervened. College is college. I've got classes, I've got projects, and unfortunately some things get put on the back burner. This is one of those things. I don't like it to, but it has to sometimes, and I apologize. So if a video doesn't come out within a couple days, just understand I probably got busy. Feel free to send me a message on Reddit or even comment on one of my other YouTube videos and be like, yo, you need to come make a video, or why aren't you making a video? And I'll try to give you an explanation then as to why. But yeah, that video did not get made. This video is going to be rather short because there's not a lot to talk about, and obviously I'll have more to say over the weekend as a whole after tomorrow night's game against Tampa Bay, where we get a good look at our Devils after the break we had throughout the middle of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. And as always, be you, be awesome. Let's go Devils. Thank you. Good night.